Welcome to Dinobili School. Well, you can see that this is not Dinobili School. Dinobili School is somewhere that side. But behind this Dinobili School, this place is very important in the life of in whose name we have got Dinobili School. Roberto Di Nobili, a Jesuit. Well, very little we know about Roberto Di Nobili. We are still in search when Di Nobili was born. Exact date, the year we know. But who was Di Nobili? Di Nobili was a Jesuit. Roberto Di Nobili was a Jesuit. And who are the Jesuits? Jesuits are those people who followed Saint Ignatius de Loyola. So behind the story of Di Nobili School, we have a church, and with this church, we have Di Nobili and Ignatius. Dear all, we are going to celebrate the feast of Saint Ignatius. And I found it is very important for us to know that Ignatius, although he was a very, very ambitious man, but all his life changed. Jesus Christ.
July 31st, 2021. Today, July 31st, is the feast day of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus, who passed away on this day in the year 1556. Born in 1491, Ignatius was a different kind of saint. As the noted Jesuit historian, Father John O'Malley, S.G. observed, Ignatius redefined the traditional basis of saintliness, which usually involved a degree of unworldliness. In contrast, Father O'Malley refers to Ignatius as a worldly saint. Ignatius made sure that the early Jesuits were spending most of their time in relatively secular spaces such as classrooms, teachings less directly about the Bible and church doctrine than about the literature and the ancient classics. He sent letters to his missionaries asking that they would write back not just about their ministries but also about the local customs, the plants and wildlife, anything that seems extraordinary. Most of all, Ignatius wanted Jesuits to go out and find God in all things.
पिता तेरे नाम की स्तुति हो, हे जीवन दाता तेरे सम्मुख आते हम, हे स्वर्ग पिता तेरे नाम की स्तुति हो, में तेरे सिवा कोई नहीं, आराधना के योग्य तेरे समान कोई नहीं, स्वर्ग में या पृथ्वी में। आराधना हो आराधना, आराधना ओ आराधना।
1491.
Inigo de Loyola was born in Aspisia in the Basque province in northern Spain. He was the youngest of 13 children.
1508.
At the age of 16, Inigo left his home to serve as a page for Juan, treasurer of the kingdom of Castile. He was frequently at court and developed a taste for the material world.
1521.
He eventually became an officer in the Spanish army. On the 20th of May, at the Battle of Pamplona, his leg was broken by a cannonball and he was bedridden for the next year.
A warm greetings to all our loving students, parents and well-wishers. This year for us, the Jesuits all over the world and our collaborators like you is a special year. You may wonder why is this year special. It is special because during this year we remember a great event in the life of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus, which happened in the year 1521, that of his conversion. A cannonball that shattered his right leg made all the difference in his life, who was very ambitious to serve and give himself to worldly fame. The cannonball experience was a defining moment in his life. After this experience, his outlook completely changed from worldly dreams to godly. He surrendered himself fully in the hands of God. The conversion led Saint Ignatius to have a new perspective in life, to see all things anew in Christ. I am sure each one of us have experienced one or more defining moment in our lives, which molded and shaped our worldview too. Let that worldview may guide us and inspire us to serve and love the poor, marginalized, women, and who are in need. May Saint Ignatius continue to inspire us to work for the better society which enjoys peace, love, and justice. A very happy feast to you all. God bless you.
Conversion.
During his difficult recovery, Inigo asked for books about chivalry, his favorite reading. There weren't any at the family castle where he convalesced. So, he had to settle for a book about the life of Christ and biographies of the saints, topics which he found unexpectedly riveting. The soldier had always dreamed of imitating heroes, but now the heroes had names like Francis of Assisi and Catherine of Siena. Ignatius also noticed something strange happening to him. God, he realized, was working within him, prompting, guiding, inviting.
A Soldier No More, 1522.
In March of 1522, Ignatius was well enough to leave home with a newfound zeal to serve God. He came to the shrine of Our Lady of Montserrat and kept a vigil all night. He left his sword at the altar and gave his fine clothes to a poor man. He cast aside his life as a noble soldier and dressed himself in a rough clothes and sandals, so as to take up the life of a poor pilgrim.
As we celebrate the Ignatian year, let us reflect on the life of St. Ignatius of Loyola. Ignatius, during the Battle of Pamplona, hurt his right leg with a cannonball. This cannonball transformed Ignatius the knight, the soldier, to Ignatius the saint. The hand of God worked in him, and he renounced the material world in all things to love and serve the Lord. May we be able to recognize and embrace the cannonball moments in our lives. Draw inspiration from the conversion of St. Ignatius and transform ourselves to become agents of change and in our own little ways restore justice, compassion, and peace in our society. Here's wishing all our dear Jesuit fathers and my dear students a very happy Feast Day 2021.
Revelations at Manresa.
He lived in a cave outside the town of Manresa. Ignatius began writing about the emotions that took hold of him, feelings of gratitude and anguish, consolation and sadness, while encountering scripture. It was here where he started work on what would become the spiritual exercises. The spiritual exercises is a series of compilations on meditations, prayers, and other contemplative practices meant to be used like a handbook, especially for spiritual directors who accompany and guide people through the process of reflection and prayer. It is also a series of exercises focused on the idea that stretching oneself spiritually is as important as an athlete's conditioning routine.
He has है वो स्तुति वंदना के योग्य हो मेरा यीशु है मुझको भला वो काफी है सदा सर्वदा
Back to school. 1524.
Ignatius felt a calling to the priesthood but did not have the educational requirements. To answer his vocation, he had to go back to school, where he studied Latin grammar alongside children.
A very good day to one and all. I, Peter Van Haften, being a Jesuit product of DNSFRI and St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, and also presently teaching in DNSFRI, my association with the Jesuit fathers and Jesuit education is for about 4 decades. In these 4 decades, I have experienced that Jesuit education is based on certain principles. There are 2 very, very important terms we use in Jesuit education, and they are magis, which means walking an extra mile, and cura personalis, which means care for the entire person. Jesuit education is not merely a cognitive transaction, but a transformational experience on cognitive, emotional, as well as behavioral levels. It brings about the unity of the heart, the mind, and the soul. Jesuit education is an agent of change. The purpose is to form men and women for others. So, on this special day, I wish all the Jesuit fathers a very happy feast day. May St. Ignatius give you enough strength to carry on the good work you are doing. Thank you.
1529.
Ignatius continued his education at the University of Paris. It was here when he introduced classmates to the spiritual exercises.
Gives me great joy on the day that we celebrate Ignatius Loyola to say a couple of words. What I want to say is that Ignatius Loyola and his other companions took the whole of Europe by storm. They founded schools and colleges. They were not ordinary men. They had studied at the very best university that Europe had, the Sorbonne in Paris. They were masters, and they remained so all their lives. The emphasis that I want to give to these men is precisely this. They did it all in a very simple manner and with great poverty of life.
Set the world on fire. 1534.
Ignatius and his 6 other companions, including Francis Xavier and Peter Faber, pronounced vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, and formed the Society of Jesus.
एक समय था नाम कमाने का, पूरी दुनिया में अपना परचम लहराने का। सपने टूटे, फिर एक नई ख्वाहिश लेकर आई। सुख संपन्न परिवार को छोड़कर उसने सरल जीवन की राह ली। मुश्किलें लाख थी राहों में, पर हौसले कभी कम नहीं हुए। कुछ बात तो थी उसकी बातों में, शायद इसलिए शुरू में 9 थे, फिर हजारों में। वो जुनून आज भी है, बस मंजिलों की राहें बदल गई हैं। वह जज्बात आज भी है, बस सपनों की परिभाषा बदल गई है। वह जो गिर को उठा, फिर सहारा उसने पूरी दुनिया को दिया। आज सत सत नमन है उसे जिसने पूरी दुनिया को शिक्षा दिया। जी हाँ, हम बात कर रहे हैं सेंट इग्नाशियस लोयोला का, जिनका मूल दर्शन यह था कि हमें केवल इच्छा और चयन करना चाहिए जो अंत के लिए अधिक अनुकूल है, जिसके लिए हम बनाए गए हैं। अन्य मनुष्य की सेवा करके भगवान की स्तुति, सम्मान और सेवा करने के लिए हमें बनाया गया है। उसने प्रार्थना की, हे अच्छे प्रभु, हमको शिक्षा दे कि जिस प्रकार तू योग्य है वैसे ही तेरी सेवा करें, देने के लिए और लागत की गणना करने के लिए नहीं, लड़ने के लिए और घावों पर ध्यान न देने के लिए, परिश्रम करने के लिए और आराम की तलाश नहीं करने के लिए, श्रम करने के लिए और इनाम मांगने के लिए नहीं, सिवाय इसके कि हम जानते हैं कि आपकी इच्छा कर रहे हैं।
1538.
On Christmas morning 1538, Ignatius celebrated his first Mass in the Church of Saint Mary Major in the Chapel of the Manger in Rome.
1540.
On September 27, 1540, Pope Paul III made the Society of Jesus an official religious order in the Catholic Church. Its members unanimously elected Ignatius as the first Father General.
Good morning to all of you. On this joyous occasion, I wish all of you a happy feast day. Saint Ignatius, the founder of the Society of Jesus, was a visionary and due to whom we are bound together by a common thread. His magis propels us to strive for excellence and achieve greater heights. I especially want to wish all the Jesuit fathers and the other collaborators of the Society of Jesus for their selfless service in the upliftment of humanity. May the spirit of Ignatius remain with you. Thank you.
End of one journey. 1556.
Ever since his student days in Paris, Ignatius had suffered from stomach ailments which became increasingly worse. In late July, Ignatius complained of stomach pains. On July 31st, he succumbed to his illness and died.
Good morning to one and all. Today, a very special day. All over the world, all our Jesuit fathers, brothers, teachers, and our students celebrating the feast day of Saint Ignatius Loyola. So on behalf of De Nobili School, staffs, teachers, I myself like to wish all the Jesuit fathers, brothers all over the world, our teachers and students, a very happy feast day of Saint Ignatius Loyola.
Prayer of Saint Ignatius. Take, Lord, and receive all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, and my entire will. All I have and call my own. You have given all to me. To you, Lord, I return it. Everything is yours. Do with it what you will. Give me only your love and your grace. That is enough for me.
Dear teachers, parents and students, on behalf of all the fathers, I wish you a very happy feast day on the feast day of St. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus. I pray that St. Ignatius may intercede for all of us, that God may continue to bless us and keep us all safe and sound, especially during this pandemic. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.
Path to Sainthood, 1609.
Ignatius was beatified by Pope Paul V on July 27, 1609.
Dear teachers, parents, and my dear students, today we are celebrating the feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola, who always talked about greater glory of God. May he always be a source of inspiration to all of you. Happy feast to one and all.
Good morning, respected fathers and my dear students. On this auspicious occasion of the feast day of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, I wish all the Jesuit fathers and my dear students a very happy feast day. May we take a pledge today and strive to walk the extra mile to bring joy, peace, good health and brotherhood amongst all humanity. With this thought and prayer, once again wish you all a very happy feast day.
Lord, teach me to be generous. Teach me to serve you as you deserve, to give and not to count the cost, to fight and not to heed the wounds, to toil and not to seek for rest, to labor and not to ask for reward, except to know that I am doing your will.
Dear teachers, dear parents, dear students, as we celebrate the feast day of St. Ignatius of Loyola, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude for your prayers, your good wishes, and your support. My prayer for you during this pandemic is that God may protect you and keep you hale and hearty in and through the prayers of St. Ignatius of Loyola. I wish you a very happy feast. May God bless you.
Take, Lord, receive all my liberty, my memory, understanding, my entire give me only your love and your grace. That's enough for me. Your love and your grace are enough for me. Take, Lord, receive all I have and possess. You have given